Hello, welcome back to the channel. Well, this year is close to drawing to a close, and we're getting close to a new year. And, some people make New Year's resolutions, some people don't, but I think everybody takes time to reflect on the year that they had, and some time to consider, the year that you're hoping to have next year. And I'm going to make a suggestion for this year that maybe you utilize the PROWIRC method here from my book, Happiness and Well-Being Through Balance and Progress, the PROWIRC method, and just sort of give you some ideas to reflect on when you are reflecting on your year and considering where you would like next year to go, where you would like that to go for you. In the book, Happiness and Well-Being, there are exercises, in all the various chapters for reflection on the various areas of your life. And so I'm gonna quickly summarize those areas right now, just for something for you to give a little reflection to while you're here and you're thinking about the year you've had and you're thinking about the year you're hoping to have next year. And also to let you know, I've also now created a little PDF file, which is of a workbook. Well, let's say a series of exercises that actually summarize all the exercises from the book, Happiness and Well-Being Through Balance and Progress, the PROWIRC method, but just condensed down to have a PDF file that you can read on your computer or your e-reader or whatever, to go over all the various different areas and have a reflection on your year and on the new year. The PDF file obviously breaks it down the way we break it down in the book, and I'm just going to sort of give you a bit of an idea here, what it entails. And you can maybe give some thought to these areas right now. But obviously, as we know, the system's called the PROWIRC method because we are considering what we would like to do is keep 7 specific areas of our life in a state of progress so we feel that good feeling of well-being. And essentially that's saying that the balance part comes in, the fact that, we're not leaving some portion of our life sort of behind to, while we focus on one thing, letting other things kind of slip away so that you end up going around without the feeling of well-being because you always have that something kind of gnawing at you that, there's some area of your life you maybe have ignored or not put enough effort into. But I'm going to give a quick little run over here on these areas and you can maybe reflect on those just for a few minutes. And, first of all, for the area of the first area, which is power, we go in the exercises back over the idea of coming up with a more or less a mission statement, a statement of your ideals for your life. And we've actually sort of covered that in other videos here, where we're trying to write out a little bit of a statement of how we would like our life to feel and how we would like the experience of it to be every day, without going into specific people, places, and things. And it's a reflection of your ideals more than your ideas, so that you have something to compare that, plans and goals and ideas that you're going to come up with for the next year or for future years. You have this mission statement that basically says, like, these are my ideals and this is how I like my day to feel and this is how I like my life to experience to be. Do these items that I'm considering making into goals, do they actually work with that? Or are they going to take me toward my ideals and my idea of a best life experience, or are they going to take me away from it? Anyway, that's in the that exercise is in the section under power, because I feel when this becomes alignment in your life, becomes in alignment, you certainly feel a lot of power from that, because now you don't have sort of activities and things, goals and missions that you're on that are actually distractions, from your ideals and from your idea of your best life experience. You're actually really just considering to do the things that really fit with the big picture of your life ideals. In the second area of relationships, we will sort of get you to have a little look at keeping your relationships in progress, but also having progressive relationships. So, in the PROWIRC method, we like to keep our 7 areas in progress. We have that feeling well-being, and relationships is a very important part of that. And, so, you take the time to reflect, are the main relationships in my life, in progress? And are they in balance? But we ask the question another way: are the main relationships in my life all progressive? Do those main relationships, are the people that I consider I have main relationships with, am I wishing the best for them and putting my energy toward them? And are they hoping the best for me? And are they putting their energy toward me as well? And again, it's more on the relationship side of what we do in PROWIRC, is to, work on yourself, having more to give, and being progressive in how you approach relationships. But at the same time, in some of the various relationships, I've seen sometimes over time, we've all seen that thing where, people put a lot of energy into people that don't sort of give them any energy back. And, that might be something to also consider in that. Again, in the exercises that are prepared in this PDF file, which are directly from the book, there's really some ideas about how to go over these questions. So the next area, of course, is organization. And as we do in the PROWIRC method here, the exercises are designed to not only give you a reflection on, how's my organization, and do I feel generally organized in my life, and in my various areas of my life, do I feel that organization? But also, we like to address that, what is it I'm organizing? Are the various things I'm taking a lot of time to organize, are they, once again, is there continuity? Are they directly related, to my life's mission and the things that I'm wanting to do? Or have I gotten in the habit of organizing a whole lot of things that don't actually even relate to anything it is I'm trying to do? Because, that's certainly a time waster that can rob you, of a lot of moving forward in your life. I think I see a lot of times, and I've done it myself, I've done it a lot. I've put a lot of energy into little tasks and projects that sometimes if I think back, I don't even know where they came from. Just somewhere along the way, you pick up an idea of doing something here and doing something there, and okay, that could be fun. Ultimately, some of these things, they never had a vetting progress, and they're just soaking up a lot of your time, and you could be spending a lot of time organizing things that have no part of the mission that you want for your best life experience. And in the exercises, we have, we consider that. Again, you can be considering these things along here with the video as well. And I like to have a conversation with you in the video that's thought-provoking. And because, we come here with our PROWIRC method, for templates and ideas for you to reflect on your own life. The answers will be your answers that you come up with, not answers that I'm coming up with. But, we're going to use some of these templates and ideas and exercises, as a method of reflection. And so obviously the next one in the PROWIRC method is wealth. And in the exercises that we have there, we are going to reflect on that idea. Okay, what do we consider wealth to be? And then how much of it do we feel we need in our life to go ahead with our plans and to meet all the goals and the things that we're looking at doing in our lives, as well as, some exercises there to actually do a rundown and say, okay, let's do a wealth check and see where we are with that, so that we can see where it is in relationship, to where we'd like to be. So we have to consider this when we're setting our objectives, with regard to our wealth. The topic of image, there's certainly an exercises there in the topic of image. The exercises are designed specifically, to look at these areas of your life and to just answer the question, is the image I'm projecting to myself, to other people, to my family, to my kids, that type of thing, is my image actually, is there continuity between that image I'm projecting and the actual life experience that I'm looking to have, that I'm looking to provide myself and others, the people important in my life, and the directions we're going, overall, when I, from my mission statement to all these various areas of our PROWIRC and our reflections, we're going to have some really good ideas about what it is we're trying to do and where it is we're trying to go. The simple thing we reflect on in image is, are we actually putting forward an image that reflects, someone who is likely to accomplish those goals and go to those various places. The next one here, probably some of you getting to know the PROWIRC letters and acronyms pretty well, but we're going through the next one is the second R, which is for relaxation. And, when I consider relaxation, we consider rest and recreation in relaxation. But the other thing that we consider in there too is our relaxation is really our downtime, the time we've already bought and paid for with all our efforts and all our work and all our, our hard work and, savings and running family members around and doing all the commitments we do, every week. After we do all of that, there's time that we could essentially be, getting back, recapturing, that we could call free time. And I know some people think, oh, wow, I have no free time. So if we actually reflect on the various hours, sometimes that we're the extra hours and hours we're giving to things like social media or, other sort of zoning out activities that we sometimes do because we just, get in that habit of, oh, okay, my work day is done. I'm going to zone out. But actually your relaxation and your downtime is also created for you to experience and live all those dreams, that you've had in your life or that you're going to be considering or reflecting, throughout this program. And in that time period, whether it's an hour here or 2 hours there, or sometimes there's 3 or 4, these are the time periods that we have for those activities. And let's consider that our relaxation is we do what we want to do. We live the dreams that we want to live, and that's where we get to be whoever we want to be and do whatever we want to do. Let's reflect and make sure we're doing that. Again, in the workbook, these exercises that are going to be there are going to be taken all from the book, Happiness and Well-Being Through Balance and Progress, the PROWIRC method. When I restate the title of the book, it's not just to give the book a plug in case anybody wants to buy the book on Amazon, and the link is here on the channel, but it's also to remind people what the overall theme is here. So when I didn't go with the short sexy title, when I went with the description, Happiness and Well-Being Through Balance and Progress, the PROWIRC method, I laid it all out there because I wanted you to know what we're going to be thinking about in this book and what we're going to be thinking about, on this channel. And actually, I've had some comments too. One comment was a person said, gee, it seems like people like programs they can do without any effort. People like the programs where you just think and the success comes to you kind of thing. And okay, we'll get around to talking about that one of these days. But I think that we'd be kidding ourselves to think that there's not some really specific, intentional actions that we have to take to move in the directions that we want to go. So relaxation is a time we're going to take a look at that. And of course, there's the exercises for creativity as well. And in the exercise book, it reminds us of the 15 minutes a day creativity exercise, where we do a creativity for creativity's sake exercise. And that is just to put us in the headspace of living, our creativity every day, getting that power going and drawing from the well so that we can actually have very quick access to it and everything it is that we're trying to do, in our lives. And also to set some goals and things, for our creativity and things that we would like to create, and, directions and things we'd like to come up with, and various ideas and, creative directions for our life that we maybe haven't thought of before, but things that will really align with that original mission statement of how we would like our life experience to be and how we would like it to feel. So that's the creativity section in this PDF workbook. The next thing that's actually in there, I have a chapter also that's not within the PROWIRC acronym, but it's another chapter on scheduling. And in the chapter on scheduling, I give some suggestions there for scheduling, and not just for, everyone knows that every day starts at a certain time of the day. Your day starts either in the morning or whatever, depending on what shift you're on or how your life works. And then there's the beginning, middle, of end of the day. It starts at a certain time and it runs through probably about, 12 or 15 hours. And that's your day. There's not really a new way to present that. There's, just the time clocks. But I actually do present some concepts there where we call these various areas of the day, sort of call them by different names rather than just the time, so that we actually get more romantic about the various time slots and areas of our life, so that we're just not letting them come and go without valuing them. And anyway, so this is in the PROWIRC and in the book, in the program. And so in the workbook, I actually have some templated sheets for that scheduling with those titles on them, so you can actually try to mix those in with your, with the type of schedule that you're keeping and already in your day planner. I know I like to use, day planners that I really kind of custom design and use for myself. It's usually some type of a 3-ring setup. I can put my own papers in there because, just the typical kind of day planner with, here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a bunch of lines, and write a few things here, and we might get to them and we might not, and let's just try to get them, don't forget them, and get them in order. Actually, I think we can do a little more interesting job than that on, coming up with our week and coming up with enjoying our time, enjoying our week, and feeling more romantic about, our life and our time, and as it's going by, as the hourglass sand is going through there. And sometimes you get the feeling it's going through quicker than others, but the truth of it is, it is, folks. And those hours that you have here and there in your scheduling have so much value for you and so much value to be enjoyed, so that there's a section in the workbook on that. Again, you can be considering that just here as we talk about it. It is a reflection. You can reflect on these ideas for your new year and for what your next year is going to look like. And the last section that we talk about in these exercises that we're going to get you to do is just simply their reset buttons for the times that, it never fails, but we have a good plans with our life, and we start moving a lot of creative ideas ahead, and something comes up and unexpected and blows us off track, and next thing you know, it's 3 weeks and you haven't been to the gym, and you didn't do your creative exercises, and you're not moving your projects ahead, and you've gone from kind of moving toward living your dreams to living your media coma. And I think that we can all use some quick little go-tos to say, hey, that's normal. It happens to people all the time. The difference is, do you stay there and let 3 years go by, or within a shorter time period as soon as you discover that that's really happening? Do you take action and say, no, I'm getting this back to the program I have created for myself, to the program of dreams and aspirations and missions that go with my life experience, and am I gonna get that back again rolling starting today and continuing into tomorrow? Because no matter what it is you set to do for your life or you would like to accomplish, you're going to have to restart a lot of times. And I'm a firm believer of that. I'd never done one project that I just started off at the beginning and it just rolled through so simply and easily that before I knew it, it was just done. No. You have to start it, and there's beginnings and there's middles and there's, on it goes until it gets to the end. But while you're coming up against the various challenges to do anything that's worthwhile, there's going to be times that it comes to a stop, it comes to a standstill, you get bumped off track, and restarting is such a normal thing. So I think the other thing is that people, a lot of times, if they get bumped out, let's say got an exercise program and they've been watching their diet and they're losing a little weight and they're really kind of getting somewhere, and then they have one weekend they're visiting friends and they kind of pig out at a buffet, or something happens, they have a few extra drinks and this and that, and then Monday rolls around, they step on the scale. I mean, this is just one example of what can happen in your life. And you're like, oh my God, it took me a month to take 2 pounds off, and now I just put it back on in one weekend. But that can also be reflective of any creative area or program for your life. And it can happen in any area of your life. And instead of saying, okay, well, forget it then, because I just can't do it anyway. This is the results I always get. Goes good for a little while, and then I'm just not that productive, toward my goals, toward my health, toward my weight, toward my creative projects, whatever. No, what we have to be able to say is, wow, just what happened to me there is what happens to everyone. It's going to happen a million times in the future. I've got my notes. I've got my notes from my PROWIRC meeting with myself. I've got my notes and from my creativity sessions, and I'm going to have another look at those, and I'm going to be right back on track later today, and I'm going to continue with that. It's the restarting of the things that we're trying to do that actually gets them to the, oh wow, I got that project done, or I actually got that, I accomplished that mission, I got that, maybe I got to the weight I was trying to get to. Maybe I finished a creative project. And let me tell you, when you finish a creative project, again, you'll need to select the next one, because the progress is the thing that gives you that feeling of well-being. But you're going to feel 10 feet tall and bulletproof when you actually say, wow, I had a creative project and I've completed it. And now I have that under my belt, and I can go on to complete another one. Anyway, there is a link. Thank you for your time again today. Hope you've enjoyed these reflections, for your new year. There is a link on the channel here to the website, and on the website there is available the PDF of all the exercises out of the book. So whether you've read the book or not, or whether you bought the book or not, and you may want to sometime, but maybe you haven't got around to it, or maybe you're not going to do it, but to have these condensed exercises is really of value. There is a small fee on there for that, and it's certainly cheap in comparison to the book, and that allows me to continue working on these items. And I think that you make that very small investment into your schedule and get these exercises and run through them for yourself, and you're going to have some revelations there. And again, these are going to be your revelations, not mine. This is these templates and questionnaires and even the schedule pages and all that does come from the book, but they're all designed for you and your reflection, not my reflection. You're not going to be trying to, create something for an image I want you to have, or for power I think you should have, or relationships that I don't even know which relationships you have. All of these things are designed for you to have your own reflection on those things, and to enjoy moving those forward and experiencing the progress. Anyway, and the well-being. Thank you again for joining me on the channel here. The PROWIRC method is the name of the channel. Happiness and well-being through balance and progress. The PROWIRC method is the name of the book. And thanks again for your time.